In the Times of Siena poll that was released on Friday, margin of error 2.2, Trump and Harris are tied at 48% among likely voters. The Times notes that this is not encouraging for Harris because Democrats have won the popular vote in recent elections even when they have lost the White House. While at least 3 polls over the past week show Trump with a narrow advantage and 6 others find Harris leading, support for Harris has decreased since the Times' previous poll in early October, which showed her with a lead of 46% over Trump. Georgia. Trump and Harris are tied at 49% in a Marist survey delivered Thursday, room for mistakes 3.9. And Trump leads 49.9% to 48.4% in a Bloomberg survey out Wednesday, safety buffer 3, and 47% to 43% in an Atlanta Diary Constitution survey of likely citizens out Tuesday, room for give and take 3.1, while a Washington Post-Shar survey delivered Monday, room for mistakes 4.5, tracked down Harris ahead 51%, 47%. The polling average from 538 shows Trump leading by 1.5 points. Carolina North. In the Marist poll, Trump is ahead by 50%, 48% within the 3.6-point margin of error, and he is ahead by 50% to 48% in the Emerson College poll released on Thursday, also within the 3.1-point margin of error. In the Bloomberg poll, he is ahead by 49.6%, 48.5%, within the margin of error 4. And in the Washington Post-Shar survey, he is ahead by 50%, 47%, within the margin of error 3.9. The average from 538 shows Trump leading by 1.2 points. Arizona. The Marist poll has Trump ahead by 50%, 49%, with a margin of error of 3.7, and the Washington Post-Shar school poll has Trump ahead by 3 points, 49% to 46%, with a margin of error of 5. However, Bloomberg reports that Harris has an effectively tied lead of 49.1% for 88.8%, which is within the 3-point margin of error. According to 538's polling average, Trump is up 1.8 points. Wisconsin. Trump leads by 49% to 48% in the Emerson survey, with a margin of error of 3.4, 48.3% to 48% in Bloomberg's poll, with a margin of error of 4, and 48% to 48% in a Quinnipiac poll on Wednesday, with a margin of error of 2.9, while Harris leads by 50% to 47% in the Washington Post-Shar poll, with a margin of error of 4.6. In 538's average, Harris is up 0.2 points. Pennsylvania. The Emerson poll has Trump ahead by 49% to 48%, with a margin of error of 3.4, while the Bloomberg poll has Harris ahead by 50% to 48.2%, with a margin of error of 3. And the Washington Post-Shar poll has Harris ahead by 49% to 47%, with a margin of error of 4.6. Nonetheless, according to 538's polling average, Trump leads Harris by 0.3 points. Michigan. Despite having the largest lead of any state polled by Bloomberg, Harris's 49.6%, 46.5% advantage is still within the 4-point margin of error, and it is comparable to Harris's 49%, 46% lead in Quinnipiac's polling, margin of error 2.9, after trailing Trump by 50%, 47% earlier this month. According to the polling average from 538, Harris is up 0.6 points in Michigan. Nevada. According to Bloomberg, margin of error 5, Harris is up 48.8% to 48.3%. However, Trump is ahead 47%, 46% in a poll conducted by the AARP on Tuesday, margin of error 4, and they are tied at 48% in a poll conducted by the Washington Post and Char, margin of error 4.8. Additionally, a poll conducted by the Wall Street Journal on October 11th found Trump to be ahead by 5 points, which was outside of the 4-point margin of the polling average from 538, shows Harris leading by 0.1 points.